Hi,
So, I'm Tracy,
and I'm Jose,
and we are Finding Goodies. And today, we are actually going to take you on a great little site that we have looked up and found. And we decided that this was going to be a good place to make a short little video. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. And we're going to go up here. Should we tell them where it's at?
Yeah.
It's called Fish Lake, and there is absolutely no fish in it.
You're gonna see
There you
part of the lake that is called Fish Lake, where there's no fish at all. But Tracy was telling me about this place, and we decided to come and make a little video for you so you can enjoy and come with us at the same time. This place is really interesting because it used to be an old place from 18 something, right?
1853.
So it was like a place in the mountains that where people can come and replenish for their food or
Mm-hmm.
have some rest when they were traveling along the mountains. So that's what we plan to do today. Show you this place. This place is not too big, but we want to show you and make a little trip.
And we also want to let you know that we do this kind of stuff quite often. We try to go and travel and try to go to different places and try to show you our adventures. And today we're going to see what preserving history can do.
Especially if those places show us or let us learn about how people were living, and when you start learning the stuff about that time, you respect those places when you go and you find. And
It's one of the reasons that we go digging and metal detecting, so that we can preserve the stuff that's left behind from other people.
mhm.
It doesn't have to be new, it doesn't have to be old, it doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be found. And if you find it, you're preserving it. So to all those people that are metal detectors, thank you so much for doing that. And
Yes,
for all the bottle diggers, thank you for doing that.
yes.
That's one of the reasons that I like doing what we do.
So come with us and see what we find, and I hope you can enjoy it and we learn something from it.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. So, guys, I'm going to read this platform that actually tells about the place that we're going to go and look. And I wanted to show you some of the pictures. Look at their little cars and their little wagon, little car thing. And then they have the San Field Headquarters National Forest building. And then I'm going to read some, and Jose's going to read some, but to the best of we can. So I'll read the first one. It says, "Welcome to historic Fish Lake, now a quiet and peaceful place. It was once filled with the hustle and bustle of people working and traveling across the Cascades."
Nearby is the Fish Lake Redmond Depot, which has been in continuous use as U.S. Forest Service station since 1910. The depot was originally developed as a way station and became the most popular stop on the Willamette Valley and Cascade Mountain Wagon Road, commonly called the Old Santiam Wagon Road.
This road was a pioneer route across the Cascades, becoming a vital link between western and eastern Oregon. Over the years, countless footsteps, thousands of hooves, wagon wheels, and churning wheels of early automobiles all shaped the road. In 1905, two cars headed towards Portland to complete the first transcontinental automobile race traveled the length of the road.
Wow.
Wow.
The gate in front of you is a reconstruction of one of the toll gates that travelers pass through. The road company built a hotel, saloon, store, bar, blacksmith shop, and corrals to serve travelers.
To this day, the depot is actively used by the Forest Service. It includes log buildings from the early 1920s, as well as structures built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in 1930s. Traces of the wagon road are still visible, and a pioneer gravesite remains the early days of travel on the road. Please help preserve this historical site. Centennial celebration of the Forest Reserve Act of 1891.
Wow. So this is one of the reproductions of the gates that they were reading right there, and we want to go that road so we can find that area. So come with us. Go.
So we just came to this place, and we decided that we're going to go up here and We're going to go on the old wagon trail road. They have written a whole bunch of stuff for us to read. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to read this stuff, and then we'll show you what we find. So it just goes on with a whole list of things that happened back then.
It goes from 1859 to actually 2005.
Yeah.
Right?
All the way to that. And then here's some of the stuff here. Well, this here, I'm going to read these real fast.
Oh, this is the hotel.
Yeah, so the hotel is number 1. Where's number 1? Okay, so we got 6. Got number 1. Okay, so the hotel was right here.
Yeah, it was there, but it's no longer there.
Holes Roller Shed.
Oh,
Wow, that'll be cool.
Uh-huh.
I bet you that's, yeah.
Yeah, so on that place, there the hotel is no longer there.
Now the hotel's gone. Then the outhouse
Mm-hmm.
is the one that we need to go and look at because I want to show people that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 is the saloon used to be right here.
Oh, but
4, cookhouse used to be right there.
wow.
5, fireman's house right there. 6, fire warehouse, whatever 6 is. I seen it a second ago. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Fireman warehouse.
And the 7 was mechanic
shop.
shop. It is like a.
Where's 7?
It's right there.
Right here.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it's right there. And then number 8, generator building, time collapse.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's time capsule.
Time capsule.
And then number 9
Bathhouse.
is the bathhouse. Where is that? You see number 9?
No.
Right here. The bathhouse used to be right here.
Well, let's.
So it has to be somewhere over
No,
there.
it's over there on this side. So in the
Oh,
number.
it's on this on that
Yeah,
side.
on number 8 says generator building. It says time
Time
capsule.
capsule.
Do you know what is that?
I do.
Can you explain to our viewers?
To the
what
best
is
of my knowledge, when
Okay.
I was a little kid, they had us do a time capsule. And what it is they have you put something that's personal to you in this metal or whatever they have.
Something that may represent your
That time
time
period.
at that time period.
And then what they do is they go and bury it after it's full of everybody's stuff of wherever they're at, and they bury it. And then they set a time, like 10, 20 years later, and then they go back and get it.
Mm-hmm. That's
So-
really cool. So in the future, when someone goes and get it, they're gonna find
Yes.
relics.
They're going to see relics. They're going to find stuff that's probably worth money.
Yes.
Mine probably had like, I don't know,
What do you-
He-Man stuff.
What do you put in
I
there?
think it was like He-Man, or I don't think it was a lunch pail. I think I had stuff in a lunch pail, and I buried one time. But anyway, I think I put like a He-Man doll,
Oh, really?
a little figurine thing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So that, as far as I know, that's what that is, and it's the only thing I can think of that it would be.
Yes, that's so cool.
But look, so we've got the Pioneer gravesite, and we've also got the dynamite shed. So if we're right here,
We're gonna walk.
we're gonna walk through there and go all the way up this. We'll stop here and see this stuff. We're gonna look at this stuff on the way.
So if you want, we can start walking.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do.
So we want to try to reach first the place that it says is like a grave site. So we can show you. We want to go from the back of the site to the front, look into all those buildings and see what we can find. So this is actually the place where the bathhouse was, right?
Yeah, this is where the bathhouse used to be. They built over it. I bet you there's so many relics underneath it.
So this is right now is a rebuild building of the bathhouse. So it's not the original one,
No.
but this is the place where.
Because see, this is how they built it, but this is kind of similar to what it would have looked like. They would have had 2 doors, one for a bath there and another bath there. So, guys, this is a little different than our normal videos. We came up to a place that found out some information about, and this road that we're actually on is the Oregon Wagon Trail Road. We just looked. There's a sign that they put up for the historical marker, and there's 3 people up there, both 19, and they had a baby that was brand new born, and they didn't make it across the prairie in time before the winter had hit. So they're laying up there, and we're gonna walk down the trail, and there's some old cabins down here, so we're gonna see what we can look at today. So we're gonna have you guys walk along with us, and as we walked up here earlier, we noticed that there is it looks like an old well where because of during the summer it's so hot that we have a lot of fires, and they actually have a water hose that goes from the well, so that way they can try to preserve and keep their buildings. There's even a clothesline right there next to it. The line's gone, but the actual post where it was is still there. Down here there's a couple of houses and some other outbuildings. They have built things around them, the Forest Service has, but for the most part the cabins are still the same. So guys, we're going to show you the emptied out lake that dries up during the summer, and then it will fill it back up in the winter. Right now it's dry, and anyway, so we're going to move on to the cabins, but we wanted to show you what it looks like when it's dry. So we're going to go over here and take a look at this building here. We don't know if it's original Santiam Field Headquarters, National Forest. They do have a building that has a cellar. If you look right there, it's made with horseshoes. So you go inside of there, then you open that up and you go down inside the cellar. Really, really cool. They have since put in a water faucet for people to drink when they come.
That's a new one. But the rock is really cool.
Sorry, off. So we're going to go ahead and walk up the stone steps. Want to show them the steps? So here's the stone steps that lead up to the house. Now, I don't know if all this is original. They might have been replaced, but either way, it's pretty cool that they're actually preserving this place. They have these old saddlebags. They have this box here, and then an old wash tub thing. That's for cigarettes, I think, back then.
It says 1926 on the chimney. Wow, it's like a small house.
Everything's original. Look at the windows. Excuse me.
It's really cool.
Do you see the file cabinets over there?
Yes.
And that's an old stove that Jose was talking about. It's right there. It's 1926.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
we
this
go
was
around
the...
and look in the windows.
Uh-huh.
They still have the old skeleton key locks.
Uh-huh. Those are the ones that you've been finding.
Yes.
They're like kind of
That's the
porcelain,
doorknob
right?
that I've been finding. And look at the old skeleton lock.
Uh-huh.
We're going to go around the back side, because there was another door inside that we couldn't see. Oh, look.
What was that?
You see the little chipmunk? He's
Uh-huh.
right there. He's right underneath the log.
It's right there. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. Right there inside. He went away.
Anyway, so... Oh, this is like the kitchen.
Yes.
Wow, it's got the actual wash tub right there.
And
Porcelain, everything. The sink. Maybe we can see it on the other side over here at this door. There's the door. See the keyhole? See it right back there?
Yeah.
Look at that, Jose. That is so cool.
Yes.
This is the kind of thing that I would like to have and put my old stuff in it. Everything
Right.
that I find and stuff. So the next thing, guys, is the next little house that's next door. And you probably can't go in it either.
No,
But we'll
because
walk
it has a
around and try
lock.
to look inside.
It has a lock, so maybe.
No, I'm saying I know we'll have to maybe go around and look. But show them the stone wall too, Jose, right here. That they separated each other from.
Mm-hmm.
The stone wall.
This place
Wow,
is
they have
really
the original
cool.
old bed in there.
Really? You can see from there?
Look.
Oh wow.
See the old bed? Sorry about the reflection, guys, but this is what we got to deal with.
That's so cool.
And then here's another step for the doorway. That's pretty cool. Can't really see much except for like a...
Look at the house right there.
Oh, there's an outhouse too.
You
We
wanna
need to
go?
look at that. So every time that I go out and dig, I look for these outbuildings, and most of the time they have a privy. Well, like I've said in many videos before, they have privies. Well, this one has a privy,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I look for when I go to certain places like these. You can't dig it up, but it looks like it's newly remodeled, but this is a privy. So you'd have to go in and actually see what it looks like. Right behind the door.
That's where they are.
Made out of wood,
Yes.
and you just had one place to sit.
Remember that time when we went to the museum and we saw actually a privy? You can go and check if you want. That's the old
Yeah, I
hot
want to
house.
go and see. Yes. When I was a young little boy, we lived on a strawberry field, and there was this big, huge white house, and it had 10 bedrooms, had a huge kitchen, big front room. All of our family lived in it. My grandma, my Uncle Tex, my Aunt Debbie, my mom, my Aunt Isla,
Mm-hmm.
my cousin Melissa, my sister, everybody. And in that place, I remember going and using the outhouse, which is a privy, just like this, there. And I played a trick on my cousin one time. Pretty nasty trick, but what I did is I took a stick just like this, similar, and I went inside the privy, locked the door, and when I went, I put the stick down inside the hole, got a little bit of nasty, poop.
Stuff.
And anyway, so I chased her around the yard, and eventually she got it from me, and she stuck it to the front of my shirt.
You got it back.
She got me. But that's one of the cool stories that I can remember when I was a kid. It's really cool to see how they actually built and what they did to make the building.
Yes.
There's some reconstruction, but
Well, this place I was reading is that they rebuilt it, or to give you an idea how this place was, because right now nobody lives here anymore.
no.
But you have an idea how those small village were standing in the middle of the forest,
Something on there. A lot of them were loggers. If you see down there, they have equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are rebuilt. We're going to go down there and look, so we'll show you when we get there. So guys, this is some of their farming equipment that they had. This stuff was actually left here. And then, like I said, there's that big piece over there. But these are like plows. This thing's like a plow. It might have went to like a tractor. Because if you look at the tires, look at those babies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see actually what I'd look like back then. Whoa. It's got the off and on down. Wow, guys, this is really, really cool. And believe me, guys, we're not pretending that we know everything. We're just looking at what we see.
And we like, we enjoy coming and finding old stuff because that's what when we go digging and find stuff, so we more or less we have an idea what we're finding and what it is, what we're getting.
This stuff is the kind of things that I'm passionate about. I'm really passionate about doing this kind of thing. So we're going to walk down here and see the stables and see what they look like.
Okay.
Oh, look at this old thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, baby.
It's a old thermometer.
Max quality made. Power when you need it.
Maybe from 1920s, 30s.
Probably.
But it's like one of
I
the...
think it's like a newer kind, though, because it has a phone number. Probably back a long time ago that they didn't have phone numbers, but
yes.
That's just a new added thing. This is some farm equipment here. I don't know exactly.
There's some old gasoline containers.
There's actually another building back here, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So here's the corral. We've got lava rock and lava bed over there. And then this is the corral. This looks like one of those round corrals, so that's probably where they tried to tame their horses.
Yes. There's a water container right there.
This is so cool.
Oh, we can go over there.
This is probably a replica of what it actually looks like.
Yes. This kind of
Looks like it might be for cows.
yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, this is so cool, Tracy. I've never been in places like this.
Well, that's why we travel.
Look at that, guys. Just imagine. I think this was for cows,
It smells and looks like for cows.
right? Just imagine being here with many cows. I
When you
mean,
come in here and you want to read their little tags or whatever, and you can
or get the milk out of there,
you can get
of
their
them,
milk even.
right?
You can tie them to this. Wow, guys. This is outstanding. This is really cool. Wow. I'll walk down here and show you guys the lake, where the dried up lake.
So this old site is located next to this lake. That it's some kind of a seasonal lake, right?
Yeah. They do horseback riding and riding stuff. But the lake dries up there.
Look at that chipmunk right there. That chipmunk over there. Well, it's gone. No.
Look at that, you guys.
We're riding on eyeballs.
Eyeballs crying.
Oh, it's really cool. I wish we can come one another time when the water is actually, or the lake is actually full.
Maybe next year.
Mhm.
When all the snow starts to melt and everything.
Well, this is what we want to show you guys. This area. This is a
I don't know, like,
dry lake.
yeah, it's a dry lake.
For some reason, it's called Fish Lake. I don't see any fish at all.
There ain't no fish in here. I'm just walking.
Mhm.
Trying not to cry. My eyes are watering because of the sun and the wind.
Uh-huh.
Piece of blue glass. Look, guys. Bet you that was a mason,
Amazing.
or it could have been, something that was blue.
I like the way the grass.
Is laid down. Yeah, it's because of the water, and when the water goes down, it's like this. So, guys, we just walked the entire length of the this dried up lake. As you can see, Jose will show you out here where the trail is and part of the dried up lake. There's a trail that's coming up. It comes from way over there, and then you walk all this whole length. We're just about done and headed back to the car. Earlier on, we read about the historic gravesite. It was from 1953, and the 3 people that are in the gravesite died in 1875.
Yes. So when we were there, I was in Greece. I feel sad because just imagining the condition of those travelers that being lost in the middle of nowhere, and in
The dead of winter.
yes, that will be really, really. I mean, I
It's pretty
put
sad.
myself in that situation. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
But that's how the story goes, and we have to respect, and we have to, because thanks to those people who dare to travel long distances, now we have highways and roads to travel safely.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to show respect for these places and try to preserve as much as we can.
After seeing all this, I want to preserve everything that I possibly can.
Yes. So I hope that you have enjoyed
Yeah.
our video. It is a little video out of the common videos that we usually put on YouTube, but we wanted to do something special. Every time we go some places and we find places like this, we want to share with
We
you.
definitely want to share them.
So I hope that you have enjoyed this little trip in this area.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm
Thank you.
Tracy.
And I'm Jose, and we're finding goodies. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.